Hello, everyone. We're back. John, this is Noah.
Hello. And today we're going to be reviewing The Boys Season 4. And this is not to say the last episode was left on a cliffhanger. A big cliffhanger. But, I think Season 4 is really good. There is probably, one of their best seasons they ever made. And, we look at Season 4, and I'm going to say this. This review is going to contain spoilers. So be advised that we are going to talk about major spoilers from the show. So, in season 4, in the end, it shows that Billy has powers again, but it's not the same powers as he had before. It's just where tentacles are coming out of his chest. And then, as you see in the ending, he kills Victoria Newman. And before she was killed, she was revealed as a soup. And that Homelander tried to assassinate President Bob Singer, but that failed. They tried to use a shapeshifter who would transform into anyone. The shapeshifter took Starlight's form, but Huey found out that it wasn't her, and they saved the president. And Starlight came back, killed her, and then Huey and the boys tried to form a peace with Victoria Newman. Like they would give her protection, try to get rid of her off the grid. And so, in exchange, it would bring down Vought, she'll give all information. Then Billy comes back after he had a sudden near-death experience, and it shows that he came back. But it turns out that when he got his powers, it took on the form of Kessler. And when he came back, it showed that he was in control. And so when Ryan went to visit Billy in the hospital, Mallory was there. She was trying to protect Ryan and wanted to make Ryan as a weapon to defeat Homelander. Ryan would not do it, and Grace said she wanted him to do it, and she would try to lock him in with Billy to save him and protect him. But in the result, Ryan kills Mallory, which has Billy go change his mind about trying to save Ryan, I guess now. And so he's going to let Kessler take over his body. Now he has powers. I don't know how that works, but it does. And then, so Billy comes back, sees the boys, kills Victoria Newman, which I'm going to say I'm glad she's dead. But because to be honest, she deserved to die because she killed lots of innocent people, and so did her daughter. I wouldn't be surprised if they killed the daughter. But yeah. But other than that, and then you see that President Bob Singer has been arrested. Victoria Newman has been killed, and now you have the Speaker of the House become the president, which is he's a very radical leader. He wants superheroes to take control of everything. Now he's made a deal with Homelander where the president himself is answering to Homelander now, and Homelander is calling the president is calling martial law, where he's declaring all superheroes try to find traitors, the Starlighters. And so Homelander is saying that we are going to find you, come for you, and defeat you all. And so it sees that Mother's Milk, Huey, Frenchie, and Kamiko have all been apprehended. But in the event, Starlight has escaped, where Starlight has got her powers back and knows how to fly now, which actually looked really cool, better than Homelander's takeoff. And then you see Billy driving a car with the virus he got, and he's just going MIA now. I don't know where he's going, but I guess he's going to try to defeat them. And then, as you I saw after the episode came out, they came out with some new posters where Homelander is going to the White House, and that I think is going to set up where you showed the comic book panel where Billy has a bat going to the White House. You see all the heroes are flying on top of the White House. I think that's what's going to happen. That is going to happen. Yeah. But other than that, I think this show is phenomenal. Season 4 was done amazingly, and also we're also going to see one important character that's bringing back Soldier Boy. Soldier Boy's coming back, and so how they did bring him back is after season 3, they trapped him in a pod in chronic hypersleep, and the president, the Speaker of the House, not president, knew where he was and brought Homelander to him, and now Homelander sees his dad again, and so that is going to be pretty amazing. And then you see that Ryan is a killer now, so we don't know how is he going to be saved or is he going to be killed. We don't know. So John, what are your thoughts?
Well, to talk about Ryan's arc, for example, I don't think he's gonna be safe for right now. He's not gonna die like first couple
No.
episodes. He's either gonna be alive by the end of the series with Butcher saving him, like coming out of Kessler's mind control or whatever the tumor has done to him, and then pass away, or he's gonna go into his villain arc with Homelander, and Butcher's gonna kill him as Kessler at sometime during the season. We also had Jensen Ackles coming back as Soldier Boy. I'm excited for that. Will he join Homelander or will he kill him? We do not know.
Oh, we also see that Kamiko speaks for the first time ever in this show, and her first words were no. As so, two characters from Gen V, where you have the girl and the guy. So the girl has a mind control power where she speaks into your ear and you succumb to her mind control. She did that to Frenchie. Frenchie's being taken away, and Kamiko is screaming no. And while the other guy has like had her pinned down, and so we see that, and that was actually pretty. That was a pretty intense moment.
To name the two characters from Gen V, it's actually Sam and Kate.
I still haven't seen Gen V still, so I don't know much about it. But John has seen it, but I kind of get the glimpse of it.
For anyone who hasn't seen it, like Noah, Sam is the brother of Golden Boy, which would be the best superhero at that school at the time, and Kate was the girlfriend of his. At the end of the series, something happened where Kate and Sam snapped, and then just started to fight Godolkin, but then Homelander came in and stopped it all from happening. But rather than like stopping the people who were actually causing the issues, he stopped the people saving the heroes and whoever was a civilian there. So of course Homelander took those two in and locked up the other ones.
Oh, it's raining.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I have a jacket, it's fine. But yeah, I feel like that's kind of an interesting factor how that's gonna play in. Maybe Gen V season 2 comes out before The Boys season 5, and that's how we see what happens with the other other three now after the recent passing of one of Gen V's members. So there's now gonna be 3 who are stuck together in, I would say, lockup right now. And besides that, Kamiko screaming no, I was actually shocked. Like, I was shocked by that ending. It's not even just Kamiko saying no. I thought the show was over. Like, as soon as I saw them driving the distance, I thought it was done. But then I see a boat drop onto Huey and Starlight.
And there's that ball girl that was in season 2.
Right. You have knockoff 11 or older 11, if you want to call her that. And I thought that was kind of shocking. I didn't think that's how the show would end. But this kind of leads me to believe like this was never going to be more than 5 seasons. To end it after a fifth season, it wouldn't make sense because that ending, there's no way you can come back and make more seasons after showing how season 4 ended, because that would mean like the next couple seasons wouldn't be good, because how would you top that? How would you top season 4 and 5?
All we know is that season 5 is going to be the last season.
Right.
I think that's perfect.
I think so too. Same way, like, because
They're definitely going to make the episodes longer.
no, well, they're gonna be the same amount of episodes,
Yeah,
but they'll
8.
probably be longer.
They're going to be probably like over an hour long.
I
Usually
think so.
they're like 40, 50 minutes long, but usually towards the end, they were like an hour. Like ending of season 4, they were an hour long. So they're probably going to make every episode over an hour long.
I hope so. If they don't, as long as they do good with the writing, I'm fine with it. or if it's just a filler episode where they like need to figure out what to do, they can just like make it 40 minutes. But I think the season ended on a very shocking note. It's gonna be bad for the boys. It's gonna be bad for anyone who stands up to Homelander, and it's gonna be interesting to see how Butcher and Kessler interact with each other. It's gonna be interesting how Soldier Boy plays a factor into this show. It's gonna
Can't wait
be
for Soldier Boy.
it's
Cannot wait for Soldier Boy.
it's gonna be so interesting to see how this all comes up to each other, especially with Ryan now being possibly a villain. You have Homelander taking over. I think this show is gonna have one of the best series finales.
But here's the thing.
in
Here's
the whole bunch.
I will say I have one problem with the show. I think they're just bringing in some issues that should not be talked about a lot.
Oh yeah, I know what you're talking
With
about.
like gender identity, with politics and all that. I get it how politics plays into this, but all those other issues have no relevance to it. It doesn't. Like,
Well,
I mean, in some way, but it's like you're overdoing it. Like, with like left and right politics. Like, I just want some straightforward, like, we're the superheroes, we're the good guys, but we're actually bad, or we're like, hey, we're the good guys, but we're gonna do everything. Like, there's some issues that should not be talked about. Like, it has no relevance to it.
me personally, I understand what you're going with, but at the same time, I feel like it's just playing into like some of the facts that this some realistic things like what if this happened in our world? Because if no one's noticed by now, this is kind of happening right now with some people considered woke or people being considered just
Oh, okay.
right,
So,
like liberals,
so,
conservatives.
so the original title of episode 8 of season 4 was called Assassination Run, but with the current events that went on during the past week, they had to change it to the season 4 finale. And that was kind of that's ironic, right? Where you have in the last episode they're trying to assassinate the president. Next thing you know, our former president was almost assassinated on last Saturday.
Yeah, the person shooting had stormtrooper aim. I'm just gonna put that there.
What?
He had stormtrooper aim. How did you? Okay, getting out of the politics part. I do agree with you. Some of it doesn't play into the boys, but I think it's just for the first couple episodes they're trying to show you how this could be similar to how some political events go, with one side being I want this person or insulting the other side, like how we see in the show.
And I kind of like that part too. Like they're insulting a lot. They were
Yeah,
insulting a lot of people, and I kind of like that.
I think so too. It plays into the season about how it's one side going against the other, and they weren't just like, "Oh, your side is bad." They were physical. Like they were actually like they're going into Starlight's home, like for where all the kids were, and they were saying the kids were being held under there, and it was very personal, not only to Starlight but also to other people in the party.
And it shows that both sides in the show were bad. If you think about it,
Oh yeah, no one was good.
no one, like even Starlighters were going against Starlight now. Like they abandoned her. No one would talk to her. Like, oh, and then like you see the other side. I mean, they were the bad side, but you see that side with like the Starlighters. They had some pretty messed up shit going on around them, and they're not as good as they are. They weren't.
No, and I think that's another cool part of season 4. For the first couple of episodes they were playing into each personal character in their life. Like Frenchie turned himself in halfway through the season. Kamiko was having trouble with her past. Starlight was troubling over the abortion and how her mom treated her when she was a child. Firecracker wanting vengeance on her. And you have Sister Sage playing them all like a fiddle. And she comes back in the end saying this was all part of her plan. Just she knew Homelander would.
She's actually the smartest person on Earth.
She knew Homelander would do this, and she still came back saying this was my plan all along. This is why I'm so curious to see how she would be in season 5, because she's like not only the smartest person, but she's a strategist. She knows what to do in situations, especially if the odds are against her.
I would say. I hope like what one person who I want to see get killed is
Mm.
the Deep. I just want to see
Not
that.
the pig.
I just want to see. I just want to see how that dude is gonna die. I know dang well that dude's gonna die the next season. There's no way. There's no way. He has to get killed. I'm kind of curious how they're gonna do it. But I am so sick of that dude. He's an asshole. He's a pervert. I hate him. He's a dude. He's a terrible person. He is. Oh, don't give me that face about the peak.
The pig.
It's kind of
He's
funny. It
not.
is kind of funny. It is kind of funny how he is. Like they call him the peak. Like, but but other than that, but like, dude, this dude is such a douche. It's like you just wanna. I just want to kill this. I'm actually. I kind of want. I kind. Huh?
How could you say that at the peak?
I kind of want to.
No,
I want to
no.
see this dude dead. I want like listen. I want to see Victoria Newman dead. Next thing you know, she got ripped apart by Butcher.
Yeah.
I'm actually glad. You know, in like in some cases where they do that, where it's like, oh, you see a bad like you work with a bad person, they want protection from you, and you let them go. But no, Billy's like, no, well, I killed this bitch. I killed her. He ripped her in half, and I'm actually glad that he did because I didn't like her either.
Well, yeah.
She killed people.
I'm fine with Newman dying. I'm fine with that.
She killed people. She deserved to die.
I just didn't think Butcher would do that out of me.
That was kind of that. I kind of was shocked by it because I thought they were gonna let Victoria Newman. No, I'm killing this woman.
I thought Huey would get away with his whole plan to negotiate and then find a way to like survive the next season, but nope.
I'm actually glad they did different because Victoria Newman did deserve to die because she did kill a lot of innocent people, and yeah.
Now the peak, or as he calls the Deep douchebag. I wouldn't mind seeing Deep Thoughts just being a whole YouTube channel.
Oh yeah,
like him doing the Deep Thoughts.
Now, yeah, I'm actually.
It's funny, yeah. And I think that's also like we said in the Boys episode when we were talking about this, the fact that like they have their own like not only channel but the Instagram page for Vought, and it's just like expanding on the universe with how they like put out products and say this is for that. This Homelander's having issues in court right now, and we are happy for your support. I feel like they're just expanding on it, but in a subtle way, and not many people will notice it. But with all that said and has done, I am more interested to see how A Train comes back, and if possible, does Maeve come back, and does she come back with A Train?
I kind of want to see Maeve come back too.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about female characters that are badass, Maeve is one of them.
Their whole scene with Starlight, Maeve, Kimiko, and Stormfront, amazing. If you want to talk about like female scenes that are like looking cool, that was a great final battle for them.
I'll tell you this about I'm going to tell you my take about female empowerment.
Oh,
What?
just go with it.
You don't. Here's the thing. With female empowerment, I don't like when people say, "Oh, I'm so strong. I'm doing this." I want to see when I see female empowerment. I want to see what person's like. You see Maeve, Kimiko, and Starlight beat that Stormfront's ass. I want to see that kind of female. I want to see some ass kicking. That's the kind of female empowerment I want to see. Then when it comes to female empowerment, I rather see you kick ass than talk shit out of your mouth. I want to see that. If you want female empowerment, I want to see some ass kicking.
I agree. Female empowerment now that we're just talking about now. When you see female empowerment, I think of Starlight. I think of the Boys show because they do it right. I'll think of Invincible.
I think about Wonder Woman.
I think about Gal Gadot. But then when people talk about it more, you think when you hear about it more, they're talking about it badly, like poorly, and it's because of She-Hulk or Captain Marvel.
Here's the thing about female empowerment. It's like, oh, I've done this. Like I've been so through much. Like we get it, but that's like you're talking about you're better than that person. Like you're not. When you talk about female empowerment, I want to see ass kicking. That's empowerment right there. It's like male empowerment too. It's like, yeah, I'm gonna kick some ass. I want to see some ass kicking. That's what I talk about. Like, when you say, "What's my opinion on female empowerment?" Don't talk about that stuff. I just want to see some ass kicking. Like, you want to see how, if you want, you say like how strong you are, how like you're such a powerful person. Kick some ass. I want to see that.
That's the whole point of empowerment. Is to be like hopeful and being a badass.
Yes,
But
be like, hey, like I can do this, so can you. Like with empowerment, people overdo it now, where it's like, oh, I'm better than you at it. I'm like, no,
that's a feminist. That's
yes,
a feminist.
like I'm not gonna give my take on feminism, but like if you want to talk about empowerment, don't talk about how you're better than that person. Like, oh, I've been through so much. Like, I have been through so much. And I'm gonna help you through it. Like when you talk about empowerment, it's about hope. You want to be a symbol of hope. You want to be an ass kicker.
And that's, I think, an issue. And not only like empowering being in like a big thing, but for a show or movie, it shouldn't be the whole your whole character arc. A lot of female leads, like nothing against them, but whoever made the show or movie, their whole arc is just being a female who had issues, and that's their whole thing. Not, oh, I can do this, I can do that, I'll fight you, I can stop you. It's about, I went through so much trauma in my life. I think I'm better than you. I feel like the boys do it better because they actually show what empowerment is, and they have heroes being hopeful even when they're at their lowest, like how Starlight was, like how Kamiko was.
Like it's called character development
Yes,
with Starlight. She was like going through that where like the shapeshifter, like she was saying like, oh, like, you've done this, like, oh, my mom told me to do this. Be like, Starlight, that's kind of on you too. You know, you had the capability of doing these yourself, but you kind of put yourself in that situation. You could have stopped it. She's like, you making excuses about it. Like that's the problem I have with empowerment. It's like excuses. Be like, no, I am going to change. I'm going to do better now. That's empowerment right there. Is I'm going to do better.
right. And that's not only that empowerment, that's also development. That's character development. And the
Like
way
you
they
know,
do
like
it,
she even says, like I know I'm not better, but I'm going to do better. And guess what? She kicked that shapeshifter's ass
and won.
and won.
She killed her. And like we've been saying, that's what it should be about. Not only for a show or a movie,
For
there being
everything.
character
For
development,
everything.
it should be for everything. Empowerment is about being hopeful and changing, and trying to be better. But it's now seen to be like this traumatic or feeling bad. You feel bad for them instead of actually wanting to see them rise up and be better for themselves, not for anyone else, but for themselves. And that's its own issue. If we want to talk about this, we could. People have actually asked us to. People have told us to talk about political views. But right now, we are not doing that.
We're keeping it straightforward.
It's straightforward. If we talk about
But
it, it's just because.
it seems pretty obvious of where we're at, but we're trying to be a much more straightforward viewpoint on this.
The reason we talk about comics, like shows, entertainment in general, is because we want to have fun. We want to enjoy what we talk about. If we talk about political views or talking about something people don't dislike, we feel like we're not gonna be happy. It's gonna be just terrible for both sides. So on that note, boys, season 4 review. I think it gets a 9 out of 10. How do you feel?
Do you think it's better than season 3, or do you think season 3 is the best?
I gave that 9.5. I think season 3 is still good.
I think season 3 is the best season they had by far. I put season 3, season 4, season 1, season 2.
Do you think season 2 was the worst?
No, I love season 2, but I just think like that's how the order goes.
Yeah, probably.
Like in my opinion, like they're all great seasons. Like they all get above a 9 in my book.
Yeah.
But I would say like season 1 was probably better than season 2.
Only only reason I think season 2, like I have it tied for me with season 1 and 2, only because they did more with season 2 than season 1. Or season 1 was just like, and this is what season 1 should be doing, just setting it up with writing it. Like no, not much action, just to set it up for next season. And that's what they did so well. And season 2, it was a pretty good season. We learned about Ryan, we learned about Stormfront and what her plan was for Homelander. I think that was good. All seasons get over a 9 at least for me, and for you too. This is one of the best superhero shows that came out in recent years. if not of all time. That and Invincible.
Here's the thing with like
Not multiple
superhero.
franchises.
Here's the thing with superhero shows. Like you can't do a lie. With The Boys, they did eight episodes a season, which I think is the perfect amount. The perfect amount. And like they're not overdoing it. Like they're just keeping it. Like we're gonna make it 8 episodes, but we might make each episode longer. But you gotta keep it. Just keep it straightforward. Keep it straightforward.
I think so too. Keeping it straightforward and like sticking to the writing and character development, that's the best you can do for any show or movie. So with that, I give it a 9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
9 out of 10.
That's our review for Boys Season 4. Please go watch it. It's on Amazon Prime Video. Watch The Boys show as a whole. Watch Gen V. And
I have one
Oh,
question.
sure.
How do you think Soldier Boy is going to fit into season 5?
I think Soldier Boy is going to fit in by being what Homelander wants him to be. He wants him to be a father. Soldier Boy's going to probably act like a father. Sometime after episode 3. I feel like he'll be let out of his pod by episode 3. I don't think he'll be let out at the get-go. I think Homelander, we're gonna see scenes with Homelander sitting right next to his pod talking to him. And then when Soldier Boy comes out, he's gonna see Homelander. They're gonna have some father-son relationship going, and maybe a grandson relationship with Ryan. But I think Soldier Boy's either gonna turn and try and be better than everyone, as they show in season 3 when he wanted to get rid of Homelander, or Butcher's gonna end him. Possibly.
I kind of want to see that fight again.
Me too.
So wait, even though Billy got his power, like has powers again, does he have? Can he fight without the tentacles? Like, does he have super strength and all that stuff?
That's an interesting question because
We only
As-
see like with powers, like we only see Billy with just use the tentacles. We don't know if he can fight with his. We don't know if he can be able to kill someone with his hands.
Butcher, maybe not. Kessler, yes. The reason I say that is because
What do you mean?
when Butcher's alone, like just Butcher himself, he has the tumor. And nothing else.
Oh,
If
well,
Kessler's in
okay,
control,
how
he
about
has
with
the
How about
tentacles.
with the Kessler powers? Instead of using the tentacles, can he kill with his bare hands?
Probably because he's like a normal superhero now. He just has the tentacles, but with the soups in this show in general, not a single one has died to just bullets. They all have strength,
Except Kamiko. She got shot with a grenade launcher and she exploded.
but she has healing factor.
Yeah, that's true.
The other ones don't.
But that's true. But like, is he bullet? But you shoot a bullet at him, bullet go through him, it would just bounce off his chest. That's what I mean.
I don't think it did. They showed people shooting at him,
Well, it's just the one security guard that brought in
Yeah.
Victoria Newman and her daughter.
so we don't know for sure. Because
We just have to say.
yeah, we have to see it.
I think he is. I think
he is.
because he didn't get phased by it.
No, if he's a regular soup, no chance. I think
But like,
that's
what if like for some reason out of the blue, Billy got his old powers back, where he has the laser vision, the super strength, and all that stuff?
I think that would be more interesting for me because we already saw that. We know what it's like, and for him to have different powers all of a sudden, it wouldn't make sense to me. It only makes sense because of the tumor in his head. Other than that, he should still have the laser beams from his eyes, and he should still have the super strength.
Yeah, that's it. That's all he has.
Yeah, that's really it. But yeah, that's pretty much season 4.
I'm curious.
I am too.
All right, so we're gonna leave it there. Check out season 4 of The Boys on Amazon Prime. And John,
As always, please leave a like, subscribe, and we will see you on the next episode.